Buddy, how are y'all doing? Okay. I guess this is gonna work out. Okay, let's go up. All right. All right, so let's go that direction. There we go. I think that will work. Alrighty. So, all right, it's Tuesday, and it is market prep time again. So I'm going to have 3 weeks of markets back to back, and I also start need to get ready for additional market um, in July, and I don't know if I'm still going to do another market at the end of June. We'll see how things work out. So it's hot. It's going to be really, really hot. Like this Saturday, it's going to be like in the 90s. It's going to be really hot. Most likely going to be sweating buckets. I'll lose some weight. Water weight, but it'll be weight. Anyway, okay. So. Okay. I've got like 1,000 whips right now. It feel like it. That's what it feels like right now. So in my stash, I was trying to figure out how to make a flamingo, like a good size flamingo, and just kind of come up with my own pattern. I still need to finish my friend's voodoo doll. But I've also been, I saw this on Facebook, and I think they're super duper cute. They're really fun. These are called pocket dragons. So this is a brand new pattern that just came out like on Friday. So it's got like a little place where you can put your finger. It's almost like a little finger puppet, and you can attach it to your hand and make it look like it's flying. So I think this is a really cute, fun thing. The pattern has been eluding me. So I'm having to rewrite it to where I can understand it better. So the pattern writer has a format that is eluding me a little bit. Like the way her format is not how what I'm used to. So I'm rewriting it now, just how her style, but it's just formatting it and everything. So hey Jesus, or is it Jesus? Anyways, hi. Um, so cute little guy. I'm thinking about making like a bunch of these. They shouldn't take that long. You do have to sew on the head, but like super cute. So actually, originally the way she is trying to promote these is that you're supposed to fold these up and put them in your pocket, your breast pocket of a jacket, to look like a handkerchief. But I'm just like, oh, they're too cute as to be as like a toy, you know. So it's just called a pocket dragon. I don't know, just really cute. And I think with the How to Train Your Dragon movie coming out, the live action version, I think this would be a really great addition to that. So that, and also I also saw this. A friend of mine sent me a link, and then the next video after that link, it showed these cute little kitty cat finger puppets. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is just the cutest little thing. And so it looks just like a little kitty cat like that. And I was like, okay, there's going to be a pattern for it. And I clicked on the link. There is actually a written pattern for it. I was like, I wonder if it's on YouTube. And it is. So it's on YouTube. But you have to use the translation because it's in Vietnamese. But that's all cool. Power of translation via internet is a good thing. Let's see who is here. Hi, really? All right, let's see. Let me just do this. remove, 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 remove. And remove. Can you sub? I don't know you, Jaden. Yeah, if you subscribe to me, you can subscribe to me, but I don't know you well. Anyway, cute little finger puppet. Love it. So, I think next time if I make this, I'm going to make it just one, like 2 rows shorter. Because, I mean, I've got like a short finger, like I'm like short and stubby. For a minute there, I thought you were asking me if you want to be a moderator. You can sub me. So anyway, so I think I want to make a bunch of these, and I think there's a dog version of it too, but I didn't see it on her channel. But she has more on her channel. She's got these cute little capybaras, and with the capybaras, she's got little hats that go on, different hats that go on them. And I'm just like, dude, I can make a variety of capybaras and sell like the accessories, and I'm just like, that would be really, really cute. Like, that would be so much fun. And I could do the capybaras like in bigger, not necessarily in the worsted weight yarn or the 3-weight yarn, but do it in like the chenille style yarn, so they'll be cuddlier. And then I can like sell the accessories. That'd be like dress your own capybara, and I think that would be really, really cute. That would just be so much more fun. Like they can get like a little frog hat, and get a little strawberry hat. That would be this super duper cute. Okay, JJ, I'm gonna like ban you. I'm sorry. So anyway, and then I was thinking about making market bags. So I was thinking about trying to do those market bags that fold into themselves. That's got the pouch, and you just pull the market bag out of the pouch. I tried that. It took me literally. It's because if it takes me like all day long, I'm gonna charge a lot of money for that. I don't want to charge $30 for a market bag. Forget that. Does I need something that's quick? So I'm thinking about just kind of finagling a market bag. So I grabbed up this carrot cake I had purchased at a thrift store. This brand new carrot cake. And so I don't know what colorway it is. I think I already threw away the ball band. I don't keep that crap. But I had 2 of these circles together. And then, this was the beginning of the carrot cake. And this is like, I don't know, the fact that it just looks all kind of joggy and everything right here. And I'm like, I don't like that. So I got rid of it. So for this, I'm just going to make this bottom a little bit bigger. And then I will start doing my lattice stitch on that, and that should be a lot better. So I think that's what we'll work on today, and I can kind of mindlessly work on that. So I think, and then what hook did I use? I think I used a 4.5. I want to say that's what I used. Or did I use my 5 mil? I want to say I used that's 5.5. I can totally frog it back and just start all over. And I can do that. I might just do that. I'll just do that. And then I don't have my watch charged up. But I can totally just figure that out. And I'm assuming it won't take that long. It'll take that long. Alright. Look, I'm just gonna have to like get rid of you. Sorry. Alright. Alright. I'm just gonna frog it, frog it, frog it. And just redo it. And if I use a 5-point hook, it will definitely help me get to the size I need faster. So I'm just gonna have to create my own market bag. Okay. So let's do magic circle. Two, three. I'll just do half doubles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so. Oh, that does not look good. Look how uneven that looks. Like my tension got tighter and tighter. Have to undo it. Alright. Let's try this one more time. One, two, three. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's looking better. 11 and 12. Okay. It's still a little dippy right there, but that's fine. Okay. Slip stitch to my first double crochet. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, double crochet in the same stitch. Okay. 2 double crochets. So that's my increase. And now I need my stitch marker. Anyway, okay. I wish I had some moderators. Step in. That's okay. I don't have that many subscribers anyway. Okay, so increase in every stitch. So that should give me 24 stitches, not including my chain 3, my beginning chain 3. Actually, I should be opening up my blinds right here so I can get some light in here. Working with purple is a little, you know, this shade of purple is a little hard to see. I wish I had a light over here. I have like overhead light, you know, to my ceiling fan and everything. They're not very good. They're not very bright. But I had to get the dimmable lights. You know what I'm talking about? It's got the dimmable switch. So you have to get certain light bulbs for that. Okay, so let me count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Yeah. Okay, cinching the hole a little bit better. Slip stitch back to my first stitch. The first double crochet, chain 3. Now I'm going to do not single crochet, double crochet in the first one and then increase the next stitch. So I'm going to continue that around. Did I do that right? Yes. Okay. My eyes have been so tired lately. I can really feel it in my hands too. Like I'm constantly cracking my knuckles right now all the time. It's like snap, crackle, pop. Getting old sucks. Okay. I'm going to double check my work here in a minute. So it's just more or less just feeling my stitches. So I'm not really seeing them. So I think originally from the pattern I was using, I think it was 6 rounds. Let me see. So I think that is 6 rounds for this base. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger. I'm going to go up a couple more rounds and see how that looks. But I also need to make it divisible by 4. So that way I get my lattice stitch going on. Alright, I think I'll just double check my work. Make sure I have my increases in the right stitches. Okay. So, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okie dokie. Got it. Slip stitch, the first double crochet, chain 3, double crochet into the same stitch. Okay, so we're going to do 2 double crochet and then double crochet increase into the 3rd stitch. This is round 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two. Okay, and then increase. So last night I went out to eat, and we went to a seafood restaurant for a change, and it was actually really, really good. I got to eat snow crab, which I have not had in forever. Love me some snow crab. We had shrimps, snow crabs, some sausage, a couple potatoes, and some corn on the cob, and a boiled egg. And it was all like steamed together in garlic butter. It was so good. Getting hungry thinking about it. Oh, I think I goofed up. Hold on. 2 increase, 2 increase, 2 increase, 2 increase. Yep, I goofed up. Okay. 1, 2, increase. But it was like, a decent sized restaurant. And not half bad. My boyfriend was pretty happy with it. And the prices weren't too bad, like you expect it for, prices to be what they are for seafood. But wasn't half bad. Like the meal we got was we shared it, and that's what a lot of people do. Well, we shared it between us and got half pound of sausage, half pound of shrimp, half pound of snow crab, and then they also, we got an extra corn, because they only came with 1 corn, but it's very satisfying. And it was a lot of food. You don't think that it's a lot of food, but it really was. I can't. There it goes. What? Hold on. You're so annoying. I swear to God. I know you're annoying on purpose. I know you're getting thrills and kicks out of it. It's just really kind of stupid. More or less. I don't want to give you any more attention because that's just what you want. You weren't hugged enough. So I'm just going to keep ignoring you. Or else we'll just give up. Waste your time. Go do something productive. Go play video games or some bull crap like that. Anyways, no more attention on you. So, what all of y'all been up to lately? Hmm. Okay. It's probably a bot. Okay, let's check my stitches here. 2 increase, 2 increase, 2 increase, 2 increase. Okay. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to slip stitch back to my first double crochet. Chain 3, double crochet back in the same stitch. Okay, so now I'm going to do 3 double crochet and increase in my 4th stitch. Make sure. Okay. Well, alright, just making sure. I've done all that I can do concerning this slug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, what have y'all been up to? Like, what kind, I mean, if you're a crocheter, like, what have you been making lately? And do you do markets? Or is it just simply just you doing your thing? Mm. So, okay. So I have my roommate, my new roommate, and, you know, she had a stroke, and she's actually had 2 strokes. So I was been trying to figure out how, you know, to help her gain a little extra money. And so I told her, so, you know, you can make like these beaded pens, you know, and you can sell them, and I'll just put your sob story up, and you can sell, you know, the pens for like, you know, $5 each or something like that. Like these style pens, you know what I'm talking about? So you can have a focal bead, and then you'll have some silicone beads and so on and so forth. You just kind of, you can buy a kit and you can build these, okay? And I actually bought these at a craft market. I bought this for like $5. I know, like, I just, yeah, my eye immediately drew to the pink. I thought it was super cute. I'm really attracted to that pink. And I really liked it. And I made some for Christmas. I had some that had the Grinch on it, like as the focal bead. And so I made those up. And I sold a couple of them at Christmas time. I have some other Christmas pens, and I sold those for a little bit cheaper. And I sold the Grinch pens for $5. And I told her, I was like, this is something you can do. You can get a kid. We'll just try it out. I'll front you a few bucks, and then you can pay me back, and then you'll have some of the extra money. Just whatever I'll sell them for you at the market. Just way you can have a few extra bucks in your pocket, because she doesn't have any money coming in right now. She's not even on disability yet. Um, she can't read. Where she had her stroke has affected her reading, where she processes where to read, and so that really affects her. She has a problem with letters and numbers, and sometimes they get transposed, or she gets certain letters and numbers that look similar to real similar. It's not sure like what letter or what number that it is. She's doing better. She's getting back a lot of her cognitive abilities and things like that. um, but I need to give her something to do. She does sweep and she does do dishes, but it's like you can only sweep and do dishes so many times. And this would give her something to work on. And I told her, I was like, this is so simple. All you gotta do is just unscrew it, put the beads on, and that's it. So we ended up figuring, like, so you can, how you want your keychains to be. And so, this would be her design. This is all you. Whatever you sell at my market, I will give the cash to you. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. So, you know, I would have to figure that out. Like, I would, if I sell it, if I sell it, I'll have to charge her taxes. So she's like, if she sells it through my app, I'll have to charge taxes for it. So I'll have to charge her taxes so I can pay the taxes on her items that she's selling through me. Um, yeah, so that makes sense. Ouch. Oh, lordy. Anyway, what was I doing? So I was trying to convince her to get into that. Just had this idea just a few minutes ago, earlier today, and I was like, you need, something. You need to make some money somewhere, because she needs, she's getting food stamps in, but she needs things where she can buy soap, shampoo, you know, things that you can't buy with, with your food stamps. Also, if she wanted to, right now she's really wanting some drawing pencils, and I'm just like, well, I mean, we're not made out of money, and if you want drawing pencils, maybe you just have to earn it. Also, that would give her more drive, and I think that's kind of a good thing, to kind of give someone a purpose of, doing something, a drive, something to look forward to, a solution to a problem, you know. Um, it's just kind of, what I'm thinking of, sometimes necessity, is what we need to keep us motivated, being uncomfortable. And, sometimes that is absolutely necessary. It's okay to be uncomfortable because that tells you what you need to focus on, what you need to work on at the time. Um, I tell my family all the time, I was like, let me be uncomfortable. You can't go and do everything for me. You know, I like, yes, I do need help with certain things, not, if those of you who don't know me, I am disabled, I'm legally blind. So legally blind is different than totally blind, okay? It means that my eyesight is not very good, okay? Doesn't mean that I lack eyesight. It's just not really good. And I have a depth perception issue. I can't see things far away. I can't, if somebody's holding an object in their hands, I can see that it's like, you know, a piece of paper, like they're holding a piece of paper, but I can't see what's on the paper. You know, that's just an example, you know. And, um, you know, I can see shapes and colors. I just can't see the finer details. So, tell my family, it's like, you know, I appreciate you helping me out, but let me figure some things out myself. You know, I need to develop my own self-resiliency, you know, self-reliance, you know, and self-discipline. Self-discipline's a very important thing. And I think that is what we need to establish with my new roommate, is that, you know, she needs to have some self-discipline. Um, you know, and I think that's you know, would be beneficial for her. And now I am off some stitches. Okay. Why am I off stitches? Okay. Where did I goof up at? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. Okay. Oh, I see it right there. I gotta go all the way back here. Okay, good. Nobody's sent any more tawdry messages. Anyway. So I'm also wanting to make some of those crochet hot air balloon lamps, but then I would also have to buy lamps. But I actually might save that for the 2 night markets that we're going to be doing. So they're going to do night market in July and in August. And I hope it's also going to be a night market for the 4th of July celebration for Garland. So I need to contact the coordinator for the Garland market and get with her, because I need to solidify that market. So hopefully I get into that market for the 4th of July. I already expressed that I'm interested in it. So hopefully that is going to work out, because it's supposed to be small, only 40 vendors. And I'm like, hells yeah, put me in that son of a gun. And I need some, I'm still like 2 stitches off. Why am I 2 stitches off? What the hell? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. I'm on crack. I'm fine. It's not 2 stitches. I need to do an increase. It's my last stitch is an increase. So like you can't walk and talk and chew gum at the same time. I can't like talk and crochet at the same time sometimes. Okay. Hi Ellie, how are you? Cool. So, like I said, I was thinking about doing the crochet hot air balloons and turning them into lamps. Okay, and I just might save them for that, so that way you get a better view of them being illuminated. So if you understand what I mean by that. So I'm thinking about doing that. I've been wanting to make these lamps for a while. And I went to Pop Shelf and I bought both the punch ball size and just the regular regular, like birthday balloon size. So I'm thinking about doing like the punch ball lamps too. So if you have not seen these, look it up. They're super cool. And you can do that with your garbage yarn. Like you can use it. You can use that scratchy old yarn that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like you can use your red heart on it. And if you're a red heart fan, which I am not, I don't like the super saver. Okay, it's just like super scratchy, but you're scratchy, nasty yarn. And you can probably even do it with yarn you get at a thrift store because you're not going to wear it. You're going to be using it as a decoration. And, to make it the shape of a hot air balloon, you soak it in glue. You take a glue and water mixture and it air dries and it stays that shape, and you pop the balloon and it just kind of deflates and it just leaves that shape. And I'm like, freaking smart. And then you make the little basket and it's hanging down. You can put like a little onion inside the basket. You can put anything inside the basket. Super duper cute. But look them up. They are the coolest things, and it doesn't look difficult at all. Does not look difficult at all. So I think it's so 100% doable. I think it's probably easy to figure out. Like you would need to, and they most of them are just doing granny stitch. So you would definitely need to figure out like how much the circumference would be for the lamp, okay, and then that circumference for that lamp, and just do granny stitch off of that. You just do increases granny stitch to fit over the balloon, and then start to decrease a little bit to fit around the balloon, and I guess blow up the balloon while it's around the thing. I don't know how to describe that, but anyway, it doesn't look like it would be difficult. And then you like smear it in, or you dip it in glue. You can just use regular school glue, and just let it air dry, and then you pop it and it just comes right on out. It's the coolest thing. I love it. I remember as a kid, my aunt, who was only 18 months older than me, um, she had all the cool stuff that I always wanted. She was very um, spoiled in a lot of ways. So she had all the cool stuff, and she had like this stuffed hot air balloon. I always thought that was really, really cool. And I thought it was just different. And now I'm like, yeah, I can make one out of crochet. It'd be really cool. And mine would look cooler. Mine would be a lamp. But I've always thought that was really cool. Okay, so alright, I joined with a slip stitch, chain 3, double crochet in the same stitch. Now I'm going to do 4 double crochet and then increase in the 5th stitch. 1, 2, 3. for increase. So I'm trying to make a market bag. So I tried making one of those foldable market bags. You know, it looks like a pouch, and you open the pouch, and you can pull out the bag out of the bottom, the pouch, and the bottom, and the pouch actually becomes the bottom of the bag. So I tried doing that on Sunday, but it took me like forever to make it. It just felt like it took eons, and I was like, it's gonna cost me like $30, if not more, to charge for this market bag. Even though it's quick and convenient to have, it's not quick and convenient to make. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna make just a basic round bottom market bag and just do lattice stitch going up, and I think it should be fine. Because I work. One of my other markets is a flea market, and I'm like, yeah, that would be great for flea market. I mean, flea market, but farmer's market. That's what I meant to say. Flea market and farmer's market. It's more farmer's market and craft market. I don't know, flea market. I tried doing a flea market once, didn't work out. And everybody was wanting super cheap, and they just didn't want my product. I did it twice, didn't work out well for me. I'll do a market a couple, at least twice to see if it's a good market for me, and it just. I mean, there was some cool stuff there. Like, I would love to go back there and be a patron, you know, to go check it out because they had a lot of junk dealers and stuff. I think the junk dealers is what brings that place down, to be honest. Because junk dealers, they just sell their stuff so cheap. They're just, they're just buying stuff to be having it and then trying to sell it. But I did that back in October and November. It wasn't selling for me. I hardly sold anything. And they were both like 2-day markets, and I just couldn't sell jack. I really couldn't. Like, I maybe the whole time I was there, like one time I sold maybe, not even quite $100. So I barely made my booth fee back, and it was just like it really just wasn't worth my time. Oh yeah, yeah. You were talking about spinners too. I need to make those too. Like, do you make like a really cute decorative top on it, and then do the spinner, and then put like a little tassel at the bottom, or a decorative little thingy on the bottom? Like, I would put like a little charm or something on the bottom, or just a decorative aspect. I think that would be really cute. And see that, like with those spinners, you can also just use that like thrift store yarn, or the cheap dollar store yarn for that. You don't have a lot invested in it. You know it's going to fade eventually. It's not a lot of dollars. You're not going to be cuddling with it. You're not going to be putting it on your skin. You're just going to be making it to hang outside and spin in the wind. Oh, okay. That sounds cool. So I was cleaning up my living room and I stashed this box that has these little glass globes in them. Like they're not necessarily, they're like, you know, for like air plants and stuff. So I used to work for Sprouts a long time ago, and well, a few years ago. But they're about this big, and they're glass, and they've got a hole in them, and they've got a hole on top to where you can hang something with them. And um, the floral department over at Sprouts, it was like, "Hey, I'm getting rid of these. Do you want them?" And I was like, "Well, the plants are dead, you know, but I love these little globes, and so I want to crochet, you know, something, you know, like a decorative strand for them and hang them from my ceiling or hang them up from somewhere and have like live air plants in them." And I was like, that would be so cute and cool. But like, couldn't I do that with a spinner, you know, like a wind spinner? And I'm like, that would be really really cute too. But you know, I don't know if that would be conducive for a air plant. I bet the air plants would probably eventually get knocked out by centrifugal force. Phew. But I thought about like hanging those up in my. So I've got between my kitchen and my dining room, there's a half wall, like, you know, like a partition. So it's like a half wall, and you can look into the kitchen from there. And I was sitting there thinking like I can maybe hang, you know, those air plants from, you know, that area. And I was like, that would look so cute. I think that would look, it would be very boho chic. I would love it. I still toy with that idea, and so it's on. And mini plant hang I made from Days Crochet, and I put little air plants in them and tried to sell them. And then I meant to do that for Mother's Day, but I didn't have enough money to uh, order a new set of air plants. I've only got one from last year. Like, I accidentally left them at my sister's house. So this is what happened last year. I ordered them, used them in my market. I only sold one. Um, so you know, I wanted to keep the plants alive because I spent so much money on them. It was like, you know, 20 some odd dollars, but you know, once you got like 10 of them in a pack. And so I really wanted them to keep them alive and try to reuse them again. And I had to go away and to go visit my sister up north. And I was afraid that my other roommate was going to kill them by not watering them. I couldn't rely on him to water my plants because every time I leave, he does not water any of my decorative plants at all whatsoever. He only waters his garden plants. And I was like, that's a bunk deal, you know? But that was the way, that was the nature of things. And I just could not rely on him to remember to water plants. And air plants, they only need to soak in water for like an hour, like once a week. Okay. So I took them all with me to my sister's house so I can water them. And guess what I did? I left them there. I forgot all about them. So I wasn't able to get back up there for a few more weeks to go and get them. And I asked her to water them. And, you know, she's not a plant person, you know. Um, it just wasn't her thing, so it wasn't on her priority. So a lot of them just kind of like died, you know. So I kept one alive this whole time. And he's my personal plant. So now I have some spider plants, and actually I want to put spider plant hanging up here in between these two windows, and I think that would look really really cool because I've got a window behind my computer and I've got one right here on the right, so they're kind of like, you know, like this. So I get some good morning light in here. Not in the afternoon, but some good morning light because I got a couple of big trees out here and nice and shaded, but it's just right for something that takes low light. I want just a pretty plant for right in my bedroom. I just want it to look nice, and then I don't have to rely on my roommate to water it. That would be all on me. And so yeah, just one of the things I want to do. And I picked up this old macrame pink plant hanger, and so I got it for free. So it's cool. It's all right. It's not nothing fancy, but it's handmade. Somebody made it, and I got it for free. So I'm gonna use it. Well, hello. How are you? I would love to try to say that word creative FWD. I don't know how I would just say that. Increase. Okay. Almost done with this bottom. And then my yarn's acting up. Mm. Oh. So hopefully I'm going to have some green beans soon coming off my green bean plant. Or actually, I got two green bean plants. So I'm excited about that. So I had some snow peas, but they didn't flower very much. And they're almost done. They're done for this season. They just weren't very prolific. Um, so, but my green plant has got lots of sorry, it's my alarm. So hopefully I'm gonna have some green beans, a lot of green beans. But I gotta keep putting flowering fertilizer on it. 2, 3, 4, and like I said, I'm not a good gardener. I want to be a good gardener, but I'm not a good gardener. Okay. I forgot to put my stitch marker back in. Okay, it's alright. Oh, Lordy. And I was going to try to do my lawn this morning, but just, I'm just not feeling it. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll do my lawn. I'll get up early enough and go do it. But I gotta use the weed eater for the entire lawn. My lawnmower's still broken. And so I thought it was going to be this one part. Now it's not that one. Man. Too broke for this shit. Okay. Okay, dokie. Alright, so I'm on row 6. 2, 3. Okay, so that's 1. Okay, so I'm going to make 5. Was that? Yeah, 5 double crochet and then do double crochet increase into the 6th stitch. Excuse me. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then increase. But I am going to compare this round from the other round that I had made the other day. Because I went up a stitch. I mean a stitch, but a size on my hook. So I really kind of want to see in comparison. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm getting hungry. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna cook for supper tonight. I have like no clue. Three, 4, 5, and increase. So do any of y'all do meal planning? I'm a meal planner. I plan my meals. And I make a menu, and I do it like 2 weeks. I do it for like 2 weeks. I don't have this buying, you know, a set of ingredients and then making anything out of the ingredients. I can't do that. I gotta have a plan. It's just easier for me, personally speaking. It just works out that way. Um, then sometimes I kind of, of course, I make to the season, or also what's on sale when I'm going shopping and etc. But it takes time, to do all that. Uh, and then my original roommate, he changed on me again. So now he's vegetarian again, and I do all the cooking for the house. This is, that's what I do. Um, then new roommate, old roommate, 2 different diets. Now, old roommate, he is elderly and he's not very well right now. He can't really cook for himself, but he needs a lot of protein, and even though being a vegetarian, it's really, really tough. I have to go in and make sure he's getting enough protein. And I tried making some vegetarian enchiladas, not like those at all whatsoever. So I kind of made it up. I kind of made it up, and then I found like a tofu, filling, and I don't think he liked that. I think he would like it because I was trying to increase his protein. So he, I don't think he liked that filling. And also, I made homemade tortillas, but my masa was really kind of old. So it had that old taste, and I think that made it a big difference. Because I don't use GMO corn. I always try to use organic corn. Trying to go out and buy organic corn tortillas is expensive. So, of all places, I went to a Winco, and Winco is kind of like super cheap place to shop at. It's like your bargain place. Like they don't even put out ads of things that they have on sale. They don't. Every once in a while you might get a hey, we're selling chicken legs for $1 a pound or some jazz like that. Occasionally in the mail. But they don't have like a regular weekly service. Occasionally they have things on sale, especially in the meat department. But um, I was surprised to find organic masa at Winco because they really don't have anything organic at all. Part of the reason why I don't like shopping there because they hardly have anything organic whatsoever. But they actually have it there, and it's actually the King Arthur brand of organic masa, and I was just like, really? So I taught myself how to make tortillas, corn tortillas, and they're great. But I hadn't made them in a while. I probably hadn't made them in quite a few months, and so when it expires on the bag, it expires. Because sometimes you can give things a little bit of a leeway. If it's a little bit old, it doesn't taste so bad. But expired masa does not taste good. Okay. Wow. Okay. Happy Pride Month to you. Hold on, wait. Ellie, are you a mod? I haven't made you a mod before. Okay, you are a mod. Okay. But I'm gonna... This person keeps coming in. I don't know how they get around me. How they get around this, but they do. Very annoying. It's like a gnat, Very annoying like a gnat. Okay. And then my color's already starting to change a little bit on this. Okay. What was I going to... Okay, where was I at? 5. Okay. But, I made my own salsa verde. I went and bought tomatillos, roasted them, made my own salsa verde. And then new roommate and I did vegetables and chicken inside our enchiladas, and they were pretty good. We just used rotisserie chicken. And I did corn, black beans, canned tomatoes, canned diced tomatoes, mushrooms, onions, bell peppers. Put all that in there with some chicken and some cheese inside the enchilada, and put the salsa verde on top. And I did mixed between cheddar and mozzarella on top. Really not half bad, you know. It just wasn't spicy. I could have used more cumin and some more chili, but it really wasn't that bad. He just didn't like it, you know, and so I ate his enchiladas. They were okay. They weren't like unedible, but they were okay. But he didn't like them. He's like, and he comes to me. He's like, "Are you okay? You made 2 bad meals in a row. What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "What's wrong with me? I'm all right." He's like, "Usually you're a pretty good cook," and I'm like, "Well, I mean, you know, but I'm just kind of, you know." I've been discombobulated since the new roommate came back. She just, I've been so consumed with cooking for everybody, cooking and cleaning. You know, it's all I ever do, seems like. And I'm trying to do crochet at the same time, and it's just like, I don't know. I'm having a hard time focusing lately. I really have been having a tough time focusing. And so hopefully I'll just get in here in my room and just come in here and crochet, get up every few minutes and go check on everybody and see if anybody needs me for anything. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Three, 4, 5. Okay, I'm almost done with this round. And then it looks like it's a good sized base. It's definitely a lot larger than the other base that I made. So this actually might be a really good base to start off with the mesh or lattice stitch, whatever you want to call it. And it's just by simply going up hook size. 2, 3, 4, 5. And my yarn's tingling on me. But I've also considered maybe I should just start in the center from mesh instead of just doing a base, and just start from mesh in the center and going out. I thought about doing that, but I don't know how to do an increased mesh. Maybe I can figure it out in my head. But I've been having a hard time finding video tutorials on it. I know it can be done. So just trying to figure that part out too. How are you? Hi, Vima. Hi, Lydia. Okay. Alrighty. Almost done with this round. Almost done. Almost done. Okay. So So Vima and Lydia, what are y'all working on? Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, my mind wants to know. I'm not sure about Ellie's. Okay, I'm in the last sequence of stitches. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think I need to increase to 2 more rounds because I went ahead and just used a different hook size. So let me double check here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Increase. That's my increase. Okay. Okie dokie. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet. Okay. So, in comparison, I think it's significant. Okay, so this was the original round, size round, and I think I used a 4.5. It's either I used a 5.0 or 4.5. I think I used a 4.5. And then I went up to a 5.5, same amount of rounds. But look at the difference. That's easily 1.5 inch difference around, so. Well, okay, maybe about like half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. We'll just say meet in the middle, 3/4. But not bad. I think that's a good enough base for a market bag. I'm working on mini backpacks. Oh, that's cute. Your own pattern? And a lip case to add to my crafts. Garage sale. Cool. Person. Why are you hiding Who are you? Really? It's the same damn person. Thank you, Lydia. This man, I've had really serious troll issues lately. This being the big one, and it's like keeps coming in with different names, and I'm just like, really? Do you have anything better to do? Really? And it's the same messages, so I'm imagining that it's like a bot, like a computer bot. I don't even think it's a real person. Yeah. Yeah. So that tells me that it's like a computer bot. Like somebody's just being annoying. And the thing is, like, okay, so if you're making a computer bot, okay, and you're just going there to be a troll, okay, and you're not even monitoring the person's reaction, what's the point? Really? I don't know. Like, I'm not knowing what the person's. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't think it's real, personally speaking. 3. Mm. See, it's like the same. You can't even spell my name right. Like if you want to do the, at least spell my name correctly. You need to spell my name right. Yeah, and like whatever, dude. Be on your damn chest. He's probably like 15 with like homeschool for the summer. Got nothing else better to do. Because God knows, yeah, using his using his skills for nefarious things. Nothing important. This is a nobody. Probably in his mom's basement. Trying to show out for his friends. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Listening to me. You're such a little punk. You're such a little punk. You are getting so many little giggles after this, aren't you? You timed me out? Oh, really? Wow. Okay, first row of mesh stitch done. Okay, so if I remember how to do this right, okay, it's slip stitch, chain one, single crochet in the same stitch, then is it, oh, I need to turn the other direction, right? Shoot, I can't remember. It's, okay, so a slip stitch, back into it, and then a chain one, single crochet in, do 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 do. If I remember right, it's like I turn and then chain, then I chain five, go back the other direction. Dang, I can't remember. I think I do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I think that looks right. Oh, my eye is still sore. So I woke up and I had like, you know, like a sore lid and everything. And I don't know what, I looked at my eye, I didn't see anything wrong, but it still hurts a little bit. Sick of Lydia. Hmm. So Lydia, for the little backpacks that you're making, are they like keychain size, or are they like you actually can use them as a backpack? They're for like your chapstick, and then I'm making a big one for me. Oh, okay, cool. Sounds really neat. I see those. Um, I mean, I'm assuming you show them on your channel, right? Do you know how to write patterns? Okay, so this is where I have a conundrum right here. I think I'm doing it wrong. I don't think I'm doing it right. Turn 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I'm doing it wrong because it's not looking good right there. Like right here in this area. I'm not even to look at the tutorial. Um, there's like when you get to the end of the row with a mesh stitch or lattice stitch, you then I can't remember that to get to the next row. I can't remember how to do that, so I'm gonna have to figure that out later. Anyway, but it shouldn't take me that long to finish this up. Less distractions with our lovely little horn dog. He's just really not horny. He's just desperate. A desperate little soul. Anyway. I don't. So, for passive income, maybe you should learn how to do pattern writing. How I learned how to do pattern writing is I look at tutorials and I watch what they're doing, but I also write down what they're doing. And, that's how I learned how to do pattern writing, is copying down the patterns in the tutorials by hand. And it sticks in your brain just a little bit better. Um, and then you just have to go and learn the terminology and the symbols and everything. If you can read a pattern, I don't know if you can read a pattern or not. Some people cannot read patterns. Some people just simply make up stuff as they go. And you're one of those people. That is awesome. But as a passive income, I think that is a great way of a thing. I need to learn how to do the actual, like get the program and learning how to write a pattern and sell it as a passive income. I'm trying to figure out how to make but I have to be on that because that's where I'm typing out the pattern and everything. So, anyways, all right, guys, I'm gonna head on out. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see y'all later. So maybe I'll catch you on Thursday. So. You have a good day. I'll see y'all. So ta-ta for now. Bye. Okay, there we go.